Growing up, there was a man on our street everyone quietly felt sorry for. He drove the same dull 15-year-old car, same 2 shirts, mowed his own lawn. While 2 doors down, the Harmons had the new cars every spring, the pool, the parties you could hear from the corner. So everyone on that street agreed on one thing. The Harmons were rich, and the old man was just getting by. Every single one of us was wrong. And the day I found out how wrong changed the way I think about money for the rest of my life. Because by the end of this, the old man would teach me one question, a single question you can ask, before any purchase that quietly separates the people who look wealthy from the people who actually are. Most people never learn the difference until it's too late. Let me tell you what happened. The Harmons were the family everyone measured themselves against. Mr. Harmon had a good job, a very good job. And you knew it because you could see it everywhere. The badge on the car, the renovation every other year, the holidays they came back from with a tan and a story. When their daughter turned 16, there was a car in the driveway with a bow on it. The whole street talked about it for a week. And the old man? His name was Walter. Walter would be out front on a Sunday, washing that tired old car by hand like it was something precious. People would wave, a little pity in the wave, the way you wave at someone you, decided is behind. I remember asking my father why Walter never upgraded anything. My father shrugged and said, "Some people just never got the breaks." That was the story we all believed. Walter never got the breaks. Here's what none of us understood yet. Everything the Harmons owned, you could see. And everything Walter owned, you couldn't. That turns out to be the whole secret. But I didn't know that yet. Then the year everything turned. Mr. Harmon lost his job. Not his fault, really the company restructured, a whole department gone in an afternoon. And here's the thing nobody on the street expected. Within about 4 months, the Harmons were in trouble. Serious trouble. The cars went first, then the for sale sign went up on the house. People were stunned. How could the richest family on the street be falling apart in a single season? And slowly, the answer leaked out, the way these things do. The truth was the Harmons had never actually owned most of what we admired. The cars were financed, the renovations were borrowed against the house. The lifestyle ran on a salary that had to keep arriving, every month, forever, or the whole thing folded. They didn't have wealth. They had a very convincing performance of wealth, and the moment the income stopped, the performance had nothing underneath it. And while all of that was happening, Walter's life didn't change at all. Same car, same Sunday wash, same calm. I found out why by accident. The Harmons needed help quietly, the kind of help you were ashamed to ask for. And the person who stepped in, without making a single person feel small about it, was Walter. The man we, all pitied, turned out to be, by a wide margin, the wealthiest person on that street. Not close. He could have bought several of those houses outright. I was young enough to just ask him straight, how? How does the man with the oldest car have the most money? And he said something I've never forgotten. He said, "Every time you buy something to impress people, you're spending money you could have kept to rent an opinion from someone who isn't even thinking about you. I just stopped paying that rent 40 years ago." Then he explained the actual mechanics, and they were almost insultingly simple. Walter earned a normal income, not a spectacular one. But every time he got a raise, he kept living like he hadn't gotten it. And he took the gap, the difference between what he earned and what he spent, and he put it to work, quietly, automatically, every month, for decades. The Harmons spent their raises. Walter invested his. That was the entire difference. Same starting line. Opposite endings. Here's the part that reframed everything for me, and I want to give it to you directly. Wealth is the money you don't spend. It's invisible, by definition. The cars, the watches, the renovations, those aren't wealth. That's wealth, leaving. What you can see is the spending. What you can't see is the having, which is why the people who look the richest are so often the most fragile. Every visible thing is a monthly bill, holding their whole life up. And the people who are actually free almost never look like it. So here's Walter's question, the one I promised you. Before any purchase bigger than a small treat, ask yourself, am I buying this thing, or am I buying what I hope people will think of me? If it's the thing, and you can afford it, enjoy it. But if you honest, and it's the opinion you buying that's the most expensive thing on earth, and it never stays bought. You have to keep paying for it forever. And then do the boring, unglamorous thing that actually builds wealth, spend less than you earn, take the gap, and put it somewhere it can grow automatically before you can talk yourself out of it. Then let time do the part you can. Rush. That's it. The whole secret. The richest man on our street was hiding in plain sight. I think about Walter's car a lot. We all looked at it and saw a man who couldn't afford better. What we were actually looking at was a man so free he didn't need you to think anything about him at all. The car wasn't a sign of how little he had. It was the reason he had so much. So before you spend the next big one, ask the question. If this story landed for you, the kindest thing you can do is hit subscribe. It genuinely helps these stories reach the people who need them. And tell me in the comments, what's one thing you used to buy to impress people that you've let go of? I read every one.